Hello everyone, welcome to the Alrasta channel. Here, I will share spoilers for SwallowedStar episode 170. Remember, this is based on the novel, so it won't be 100% identical to the Donghua version. Alright, without further ado, let's dive right into the story. King Yanzhu, along with 5 other immortal kings, surrounded Luofeng's residence. They came with evil intentions, ready to use brutal force to achieve their goals. However, fate had other plans. Emperor Zhen Yan, a genius warrior whose name was feared even by other immortals, stood tall, ready to face this terrible threat. Emperor Zhen Yan, with his sharp golden eyes and intimidating aura, immediately confronted King Yanzhu and his army. He warned them to retreat, reminding them that this place was protected by the Virtual Universe Corporation, a very powerful and influential organization throughout the universe. However, King Yanzhu, who was still obsessed with his goal, ignored the warning and refused to retreat. The battle was inevitable. Emperor Zhen Yan, despite facing 6 immortal kings at once, demonstrated extraordinary power. He fought with incredible courage and skill, resisting a relentless wave of attacks. However, King Yanzhu and his army were not easy opponents to defeat. They used all their strength and strategies to conquer Emperor Zhen Yan. In an effort to protect Luofeng from danger, Emperor Zhen Yan tried to place him inside a magical artifact capable of protecting anyone inside it. However, King Yanzhu and his forces were too strong and cunning. They managed to stop Emperor Zhen Yan's efforts and kidnapped Luofeng, taking him away to an unknown location. Although the situation looked bleak, there was still hope. Luofeng had a very powerful ally who might be ready to help him, namely Venerable Nine Swords, a military leader who was respected and revered throughout the universe. Using an advanced communication network, Luofeng contacted Venerable Nine Swords and explained the critical situation. Upon hearing the news, Venerable Nine Swords immediately mobilized his enormous army. 50 immortal king, each with extraordinary powers, and nearly 1,000 other elite warriors rushed to Luofeng's location in an emergency. They were prepared to face any obstacles and rescue Luofeng from the threat of King Yanzhu of the Huge Axe Dojo organization. The battle between these two great powers has just begun. Luofeng's fate is still uncertain, but with Dylan's help, he has a chance to survive. This battle will determine Luofeng's fate, and perhaps the fate of the entire universe. In outer space, about 100 million kilometers from Earth, a Yunmo ship is surrounded by 12 Marquis-level immortals. Inside the ship, Luofeng and Dylan take shelter from their relentless soul attacks. King Yanzhu orders them to kill Luofeng, emphasizing the importance of preventing Dylan from protecting Luofeng. Inside the sturdy ship, a large face appeared, calming Luofeng and Dylan. Although the soul attacks had no effect on it, the ship was only able to weaken the attacks, not stop them completely. Dylan, an expert in soul defense, took responsibility for blocking the attacks, while formless eternal energy protected Luofeng. Attack after attack shook the ship. Dylan fought hard, holding off the attacks, but he knew he couldn't hold out much longer against 3 immortals skilled in soul attacks. Luofeng encouraged him, reminding him that help from the Venerable Nine Swords would arrive soon. Suddenly, an explosion shook the ship. Outside, the ship demonstrated its extraordinary defensive capabilities. Quickly, it captured one of the immortals skilled in soul attacks, destroying him instantly. The ship's ability to manipulate space left the other immortals stunned and on guard. The ship, an F9 class vessel that had fused with a metallic life form, proved to be a formidable opponent. Meanwhile, outside the ship, Emperor Zhen Yan fought against King Yanzhu and 5 other immortals. Despite facing 6 immortal warriors at once, Emperor Zhen Yan demonstrated extraordinary strength, overwhelming King Yanzhu and his army. Seeing the failure of his immortal troops to defeat Luofeng, King Yanzhu grew increasingly frustrated. However, before he could devise his next strategy, the Golden Disk ship emitted a blinding golden light, signaling the arrival of massive reinforcements. More than 1,000 immortal warriors, led by a woman in jade armor known as the Jade Emperor, suddenly appeared. Their power so great that even King Yanzhu and his forces came to a halt. The Jade Emperor, on the orders of the Venerable Nine Swords, revealed that Luofeng was a member of the Virtual Universe Company. He ordered the arrest of King Yanzhu. However, King Yanzhu, desperate and angry, unleashed his full power, using his ability to manipulate space to fight back. The battle reached its climax. King Yanju, in his last-ditch effort, summoned his father to aid him. Does the arrival of King Yanju's father signal a new chapter in this fierce battle? The fate of Luofeng and the balance of power in the universe hinge on the outcome of this decisive battle. On the other side, in the vast expanse of space, near the solar system, an astonishing sight unfolded. A massive army from the Virtual Universe Corporation, led by Emperor Jade, stood side by side, their aura of power so strong that even Luofeng, a genius with extraordinary strength, felt overwhelmed. Babata, Luofeng's companion, exclaimed in awe, emphasizing that every warrior in this army was far stronger than his own master, Hu Yanbo. This was a true elite army, a gathering of extraordinary individuals whose power surpassed all ordinary limits. In the midst of this terrifying army, 26 Emperor-level immortals surrounded King Yanju, his face filled with rage. Cornered and desperate, he decided to unleash his trump card, a forbidden power capable of bending reality itself. With a roar that shook the heavens, the vertical purple eyes split open on his forehead, blazing with light. Millions of kilometers of space around him distorted as ancient, terrifying energy released waves of nightmarish illusions that shattered everything in their path. Even Luofeng, who had faced countless dangers, felt the crushing power, nearly losing consciousness. Just as he was about to fall, a far greater force struck him, knocking him unconscious. When Luofeng recovered, he found himself in the shadow of an immeasurable power. In the distance, a majestic figure stood tall, its body enveloped in black flames that burnt with unimaginable intensity, stretching over 1,000,000 kilometers. These black flames were no ordinary flames. They burnt the space itself, transforming it into a turbulent stream of particles. This unimaginable power gripped the entire solar system, making this majestic being the ruler of space itself. Luofeng recognized the figure as Venerable Shihuo, the father of King Yanju, a being whose power had reached an almost unimaginable peak. Venerable Shihuo, with his devastating power, was greeted with respect by the venerable Nine Swords army. Even the Jade Emperor, the formidable leader of the army, bowed respectfully. However, Venerable Shihuo's gaze was fixed on King Yanju, who was trying to defend himself with his remaining strength. Venerable Shihuo, with a thunderous voice, rebuked his son for his reckless actions. Venerable Shihuo then turned his attention to Luofeng, who was still shaken by the power he had just witnessed. In a polite tone, Venerable Shihuo asked Luofeng for his identity, a move that surprised everyone present. This was in stark contrast to his anger towards King Yanju. Venerable Shihuo revealed his intention to purchase Earth from Luofeng, but Luofeng firmly refused. He explained the importance of Earth as the home of humanity, a decision that Venerable Shihuo respected. Then, with controlled anger, Venerable Shihuo punished King Yanju for his reckless and arrogant actions, sending him to the 9-star prison hell for 1,000 eras, a punishment so severe even for an immortal. This punishment shocked everyone present, including the Jade Emperor and the Venerable Nine Swords army. It demonstrated Venerable Shihuo's undeniable power and authority, but it also revealed his unexpected respect for Luofeng, a young genius who had caught the attention of even such powerful beings. This event marked a turning point in Luofeng's story, signaling the beginning of a new chapter in his extraordinary journey. Venerable Shihuo ordered the 5 immortal kings and 12 Marquis-level immortals to retreat, reminding them of the danger of revealing the location of their god's country if they teleported too close to Venerable Nine Swords' army. They disappeared in an instant, leaving King Yanju alone with his father. Venerable Shihuo then ordered King Yanju to release all the inhabitants of Earth who had been taken captive. King Yanju, not daring to refuse, released more than 1 billion people, scattering them randomly throughout the world. The process of returning people to their homes and restoring order on Earth would take at least 10 days to 2 weeks, even with the advanced technology available. After King Yanju returned, Venerable Shihuo, with a serious expression, explained the punishment that had been handed down to him. King Yanju, angry and confused, asked why he had been sentenced to 1,000 years in the 9-star prison hell. He did not believe that the punishment was deserved, even if he had killed Luofeng. Venerable Shi Huo explained that the punishment was ordered by his master, Void Goldmaster, a very powerful and influential being within the huge Axe Dojo organization, even more powerful than Venerable Shi Huo himself. King Yanju was shocked to learn that Void Goldmaster had ordered the punishment. He wondered why such a powerful being would be interested in him. Venerable Shi Huo explained that King Yanju's actions on Earth had attracted the attention of the Void Goldmaster, and that the connection between Luofeng and the Void Goldmaster might be the reason behind the punishment. He also emphasized that the punishment, although severe, was considered a minor punishment by the Void Goldmaster. Venerable Shi Huo comforted his son, explaining that even at the Void Goldmaster level, he would not bother with a minor figure such as King Yanju. He advised King Yanju to use his time in prison to practice and improve his strength. After Venerable Shi Huo and King Yanju disappeared, Emperor Zhen Yan explained to Luofeng the process of teleportation of the God Country transmission and how immortals move the coordinates of their God Country transmission to avoid detection. Then, they visited Luofeng's family on Earth. On the other side, in the virtual universe on Thunder Island, Venerable Nine Swords had gathered a large army, and many warriors from the virtual universe company had come to inquire about the events on Earth. After they left, Venerable Nine Swords ordered the Jade Emperor to contact Luofeng. The Jade Emperor then went to deliver Venerable Nine Swords' message to Luofeng. At Luofeng's villa, he was talking with his master, Emperor Zhen Yan, who found it odd that Venerable Shi Huo was being so polite to Luofeng, indicating hidden motives. However, it was better to start now. Emperor Zhen Yan suggested that Luofeng focus on his training to reach the World Master level. Shortly thereafter, the Jade Emperor contacted Luofeng, informing him that Venerable Nine Swords wished to meet with him. They met at a special location created by Venerable Nine Swords. At the location, Luofeng was impressed by the 9 towering mountains, which were part of Venerable Nine Swords' territory. They entered the Nine Swords Temple, where Luofeng met the Venerable Nine Swords himself. Venerable Nine Swords asked Luofeng about the events on Earth, inquiring whether he knew the secret that had attracted so many warriors from the huge Axe Dojo to Earth. Luofeng explained that he did not know the secret, and that it remained a mystery why Venerable Shi Huo and the powerful warriors from the huge Axe Dojo wanted to buy Earth from Luofeng. Meanwhile, Venerable Nine Swords trusted Luofeng, realizing that the huge Axe Dojo had kept this information secret even from Luofeng. He then warned Luofeng not to engage in any transactions regarding Earth without his permission or that of the Virtual Universe Company, especially with warriors from the huge Axe Dojo. After meeting with Venerable Nine Swords, Luofeng received a message from Hong, who scheduled a meeting in the virtual world. There, Luofeng, Hong, and the white-robed Thunder God discussed the chaos happening on Earth. Hong revealed that he had investigated the events and learned of Venerable Shi Huo's involvement. Luofeng was shocked by Hong's ability to investigate confidential information from the huge Axe Dojo. Hong explained that he already knew about the Void Goldmaster's involvement in the incident. He explained who the Void Goldmaster was and how powerful it was. He also explained the Void Goldmaster's connection to one of the 52 towers of primal chaos, the Tablet of Sky Ruins. Luofeng was very surprised to learn about the Void Goldmaster and his power. He realized how powerful that creature was and how lucky he was to have the support of such a great being. On the other hand, Hong had just experienced incredible luck. After participating in elite training, he was recruited into the core of the huge Axe Dojo and trained in Chaos City. After leaving the city, he underwent further training and decided to try the challenge of Fantasy Island, or the Island of Illusions. Fantasy Island is an extremely dangerous place, filled with increasingly intense pressure as one descends deeper. Luofeng himself was only able to reach the 10th island. Hong, with unwavering determination, managed to reach the 21st island, though he ultimately failed. This achievement was extraordinary, as the pressure of consciousness on the 21st island was incredibly intense, even for knights. Hong's success in reaching the 21st island caught the attention of the leaders of the huge Axe Dojo, including the Golden Void Master and the dojo's founder. Due to his achievements, Hong was accepted as a disciple of the founder of Huge Axe Dojo, although his training would begin under the guidance of Master Emus Void first. After reaching the level of Immortal Emperor, he would then receive direct guidance from the founder. This was a very rare and extraordinary opportunity, considering the prestige and power of the leaders of Huge Axe Dojo. Hong explained that he managed to reach the 21st island thanks to his exceptional mental conditioning. He was able to adapt to extreme mental pressure, becoming soft and gentle when necessary and tough when required. However, he still failed because he had not yet fully mastered the third level of mental conditioning. Luofeng and the Thunder God were very impressed with Hong's luck and abilities. They also discussed mental strength and how it could improve combat abilities. Hong then recommended the Thunder God to the Void Gold Master, who would also guide him. Luofeng felt happy for his brothers, but he was also driven to become stronger. He was determined to surpass all geniuses, including those mentored by absolute beings. Their conversation then turned to the mysteries of Earth, which caught the attention of the Huge Axe Dojo Knights. Hong promised to explain these mysteries. Hong's achievement, passing 20 islands in Fantasy Island, was so extraordinary that it caught the attention of the leaders of the Huge Axe Dojo. They realized that Hong and Luofeng, both from Earth, were extremely rare geniuses. The emergence of two geniuses from the same planet in the same generation was considered a highly unlikely event. The founder of Huge Axe Dojo, curious about this phenomenon, decided to investigate Earth. This investigation revealed a shocking secret. Earth had been renovated by absolute beings 1 trillion years ago. This renovation was not merely a physical change, but a fundamental change to the planet that affected the souls of humans born there. The renovation of the Earth caused a special evolution in the human soul, especially in terms of mental condition. Humans born on Earth find it easier to understand and improve their mental condition, which explains why many sacred beings with high mental conditions come from Earth, especially from China. The identity of the absolute being performing this renovation remains a secret, but Hong revealed that it is extremely powerful, even more powerful than the Golden Void Master. Only the founder of the Huge Axe Dojo is considered to be on par with this being. According to the information Hong obtained, this being is the creator of the Flame God race, a race that is extremely powerful in terms of physical strength, but weak in terms of mental strength. Earth, in the view of these beings, serves as a breeding ground, a place to develop humans with strong mental conditions. After humans took over Earth, these beings disappeared. This secret explains why Earth is so special, and why the Knights of the Huge Axe Dojo are so fascinated by it. Earth, which has been renovated, possesses extraordinary regenerative abilities, capable of repairing itself even after suffering severe damage. Luofeng and the Thunder God were stunned by this revelation. They realized that Earth's background was far deeper and more complex than they had imagined. They also realized the importance of mental condition in the journey toward absolute power. Mental condition, though intangible, was crucial to success in battle and the attainment of peak power. The three siblings realized how fortunate they were to have been born on Earth, a planet renovated by an absolute being, which granted them an extraordinary advantage in their journey toward peak power. They also realized that Earth, with its deep history and secrets, had become a valuable asset and an attractive target for the great powers of the universe. Alright, thank you for watching until the end. And don't forget to support this channel with likes, subscribe, and comments. That's all from me. Bye.
你不得对地球再做任何处置。
这碾碎星辰的力量吧！